Wake that ass up.
Early in the morning.
The Breakfast Club.
Yes, it's the world's most dangerous morning show, The Breakfast Club. Charlamagne the God, Angela Yee, DJ Envy is off today, and we have some very special guests in the building. Is it safe to say the founders of the Honey Pot?
Yes.
Okay, Beatrice, Dixon, Desiree Natali, and Simon Gray. Good morning.
Good morning.
What's happening?
We're here and grateful. Thank
and Beatrice, it's your second time here.
Yes.
Yes.
All right.
Similar situation.
So let's get into it because it was a viral moment that happened, right? Somebody had posted that the Honey Pot had changed their feminine wash ingredients.
Yes.
And then I saw people saying, I felt like it was different, it was irritating, so on and so forth. And then you did offer an explanation. But let's talk about what happened with the Honey Pot while you did change the ingredients.
Well, with the way that the global supply chain is set up right now, there's certain ingredients that just aren't available anymore, right? Because they're in high demand. And so we needed to essentially make some changes to our formulation to work with ingredients that were plentiful, that we could continue to scale, right? And that's just the thing that happens. Things happen. Things have to change. We're not the only company that does this, right?
I was saying the same thing where, I have a coffee company, finding the tins, finding the lids, even at the juice bar, getting cups, honey, buying actual honey.
Yeah.
And the juice bar has went up in price, I think 6 times more than what it used to be.
Yeah.
So I know a lot of people are struggling with those. Like, are we raising the prices? Are we just going to make less of our product? What is it that we can do?
Right. I think
one of the biggest issues people just wanted to know is the Honey Pot still black owned?
Of course.
Yeah.
Yes.
We started this We started this in 2012, so we've been here for over a decade, me and my sis.
Yeah.
So it is,
Now, why do people think it was sold?
Well, I think there's 2 reasons, right? Because, typically when you go into business and you're creating something at an enterprise level, right, you're going to get investors, right? And every company that we know, that we love and enjoy, especially from Black founders, we have funds that are coming from people that don't look like us. That's the only way you can scale.
That's it.
Yeah.
That's the only way you can scale.
It's frustrating having to
And so
explain
what's
this to
really
people.
frustrating is having this kind of conversation about us selling out. No, in order for us to produce what we have, how many stores we're in, we need money, we need capital, and we get it from where we can. And of course, you guys know about private equity, and so we have private equity. And so we have to start changing this conversation, this metrics of what success is, especially for us, right? Because we hold ourselves to this weird standard.
Yeah.
And what gets frustrating for me is, like, when you see, guys that I admire, like Robert Smith, who just pays
my guy.
400 tuitions, $34 million one day, one check. You have to have liquidity to do that. Our fam, Jay Brown, Jay-Z, Mossy, Partner Ventures. They've gone, $400 million now in 3 rounds? And they only invest in consumer, right, and culture. So it's like, you have to get to a space where you get in monies so you can actually grow your company and scale, and you don't do it for free, so then you can take some chips off the table for yourself. And then guess what we do? We put it back in the community. My sister and I, we're going to have a fund one day. And we think about this often. How do we create a fund where we can support other people that look like us, feel like us, humans that are into consumer goods and trying to make the world differently? And that's like a passion of ours. So yeah, it's this weird thing. Like, my sister was here last time. I was like, I got to come because it's us.
Right.
It's us, and we're sabotaging ourselves.
It's just people who don't know business, because it's strange when people say things like, well, you don't ever see white companies do that. They do it all the time. That's all they do. That's literally all they do.
Now, Beatrice, you did say that you wish you would have communicated
Absolutely.
more.
Absolutely. And the reason is we were out of stock for a few months because of global supply chain issues. And and so we had a whole campaign, a whole strategy that was going to be able to launch. We were going to be able to communicate things properly at the same exact time, right, that we decided to kind of bring this to the forefront. We were also just launching our new innovation in Target, right? And so we were like, you know what? let's just go ahead and launch these washes because we have them. They're here. No reason to be out of stock. No reason to keep getting these complaints. And because people want their products and we want to give it to them, but when there's only so much control that you have.
Right.
And because we launched new innovation at the same time as bringing this new formulation, which was months before it was going to launch, we kind of put some focus on our new innovation because that's what you do. You have to, right? You have to tell people what it is and make sure that they and communicate that it's out there. And I think that we could have done a better job, but it was really just a quick decision that we made because we wanted to make sure that we could supply the demand. And this is just a thing that happens, right?
And these are still plant-derived ingredients.
Absolutely. Plant-derived, naturally derived, clean, beautiful, efficacious, right? We did a clinical trial and we got some results back. Essentially, it came back that the product is non-irritating, right? But that doesn't necessarily mean that a product is going to work for everybody. Right? Like even our old formulation that we had, there are humans that cannot use that formulation, right? And so, the cool thing is that we make so many products, but not every human is going to be able to use every product, right?
And that goes for any type of skincare product.
Absolutely.
There's some things that work for certain people, some things that irritate other people. Everything is not across the board.
Absolutely. Exactly. But we're grateful, and had no issue, still have no issue saying that we could have done a better job communicating, but we're humans, we're, and we're working through our business and just trying to make sure that we're serving in the best way possible. And here we are.
How did that make you feel as the face of your product to get attacked the way that you did online? Because I think people don't understand also when you're doing something that you feel like has been beneficial and you're trying to do the right thing, and then people may misinterpret or not understand what's happening and then come up with all these different things. That has to be mentally really kind of traumatic.
Yeah, it was a hard month, Because this time was a little different than last time, when I was here last time. It was hard. I'm still working through it, to be honest. But I understand people, the world is going through a lot. People are going through a lot. And not only that, I don't have a problem with people feeling comfortable that they can say what they want to say. And I'm not in control of what people have to say. People are going to be people. People are going to be human. And however they feel, they're going to voice how they feel, but I'm just working on my energy and kind of my mental health to not take that in, because I know that we're doing the right things. I know that, I know that we've made the right choices. I know, I know that, that the Honey Pot is still a Black-owned company. I know that even the day that we may or may not, I don't have a crystal ball, that we decide that we want to exit this company, even that day we would not sell out, because you don't exit a company and just walk away. That's not how it works, right? One of the main reasons why we would need to have some sort of a strategic, I don't even want to call it an exit, but a strategic partnership, right? And that's not to say that I haven't said exit in the past, because I have. But I think that a better way to look at it is like a strategic partnership. In order for a brand to scale, to be $1 billion brand, not in valuation, but dollars, it takes a lot of money to do that. And not only does it take money, but it takes resources. And Honey Pot makes cosmetics, we make medical devices, we make, we make over-the-counter drugs. We make a lot of stuff. So there's a lot of regulations that have to happen in that. There's a lot of humans that you need on the team. there's just a lot of details that go into running a business.
Something like shelf space.
Shelf space.
Yeah.
I mean, everything that you can imagine, right? And all of these things cost money.
Charlamagne, simple example, right? So, we do well in America, right? But we get, and Desi will tell you, we get emails, text messages, DMs all the time. Hey, I live in Brazil. Is your product here?
Right.
We live in Africa. Is your product here? You need a strategic partner that has the distribution channels that you can plug and play into, so you can be distributed in where you can actually affect change for humans
Worldwide.
around the world.
That's right.
Right.
Simple. That's what you do it for.
Yeah. Because when you launch in a new country, it's a startup. You've never been there before, right? You need distributors there. You may need manufacturers there. You need brokers there. You need a team there, like you have a team in America. And, and these aren't necessarily things that humans that consume products need to have an education on, right? Only if you're going to use what you think you know as fueling your fire to work to bring down a brand that has worked relentlessly to serve humanity, then at least, the things that we're talking about right now, at least you can have the facts so that you can make a responsible decision. Right?
That's what it feels like, though. It felt like it was some type of a attack. You know what I mean? Because I'm like, who's really looking at ingredients like that? And then,
people do.
I mean, I'm
People
sure
do,
they
yeah.
do, but then it turned into a
I
whole
look at
narrative of them
ingredients.
not being black owned no more. How did they get that from ingredient changes?
Yeah, I don't know, man.
You know what I mean?
It was one TikTok.
Yeah,
One
it was
TikTok,
one
really?
TikTok.
One TikTok, a girl said they're not black owned anymore. People just ran with it. Didn't question it. Didn't
Wow.
second think. For you know what, our inboxes are blowing up. People are posting. We can't control any of that. At a certain point, it was like the words out there that we're not black owned. She has 1 million views. What are we gonna do now?
Wow.
So I also saw one of the things that you did was you said the formulation changed because you needed to expand the shelf life.
Yes. I mean, essentially, the formulation that we had before was absolutely beautiful. The shelf life, it had a great shelf life. This actually, phenoxyethanol is actually the gold standard when you're talking about preserving plant-derived, naturally derived formulations. And so we wanted to just go with the golden standard.
All right. So no parabens, no sulfates.
No parabens, no sulfates, no dioxides. Product still has a pH of 3.5 to 4.5. There's no changes to that. The product is absolutely beautiful. The formulation is absolutely beautiful. It's effective, and literally we're just flowing, right?
Just kind of keep these vaginas fresh out here.
Just trying to keep these vaginas fresh and happy.
So the Honey Pot hasn't partnered with anybody.
When you say that, what do you mean?
Like, I'm just saying in general. Like, have y'all partnered with somebody?
Strategically,
Yeah.
no, not
invest,
yet.
just more investors.
Not yet, man. I wish.
So now the question: have y'all turned down anybody?
No, we're not there yet.
Yeah.
It takes
That's so
time.
weird for that attack to just come out of nowhere. Then, like,
Yeah, it takes time to be able to do that.
Yeah.
Ducks really truly have to be in a row.
So this just somebody was hating. I thought it
Or
was maybe a company
misinformed,
y'all
maybe,
turned
and-
down, and then they might have been trying to start
Right.
something on social media, but it's just random.
I don't know.
I know stranger things have happened, so I have to be honest. I have my theories.
I want to hear some of it because this don't sit now.
You have theories.
What do you think, Desi?
Well, I think like historically there has been situations like this to where, companies did sell and then people just thought that must have been what happened. People jumped on something, they went on Google
Right.
and Google searched something. They looked at the first search and they said, "Oh, she must have sold. It's different." And like that was just kind of it. There was no other strategic thought. And after that,
Wow.
it was just kind of a witch hunt, honestly. That's what it felt like.
Simon, give me a theory. Come
He
on.
already has his ready.
You better not
I'm
say
not
your
gonna say
theories.
it.
You
I'm not-
better not say
Here's
your
what
theories.
I think that there are we've been working hard for 10 years, and deservedly there are just people that want to, bring our brand down. I think That's really what it comes down to.
I can see that.
We don't know, man. We don't
We
know.
don't know.
We don't
But
know
it's
what
my
happened.
theory.
We weren't there. We weren't there when those humans put their TikToks up. We weren't in people's heads when they decided that this was a thing. Like we weren't there. There's no way to know. But the fact of the matter is, it has not happened. You know, in some ways I wish it had, but not again, not because I'm over it and I'm just ready to be done and we're just ready to be. It's not that kind of party, but we have been working a long time, man. I mean, I want to help to contextualize something for you. We started in 2012. Me and Simon and Linda did not start making a paycheck. I started making a paycheck from Honey Pot in 2017.
Wow.
Right? Sai started making a paycheck in 2018. Right? We are just now being able to have a salary that is comparable to it's not even comparable, honestly, to what most founders or CEOs or executive roles would make in a company, right? Like we still don't pay ourselves market rates, right? And so you have to understand that, like, the whole reason why it's so important, sometimes even, not sometimes, but most of the time, when you've started a company and you've been doing it for 10 plus years, for however many years, and for years and years you didn't make a paycheck, and all you could survive on was the fact that you knew that your company would be worth something one day, right? That's all that you could hold on to, right? That's it. That's the only thing you have. In the beginning, I mean, every human at our company up until now has a percentage of equity in the company up until now, right? Things are transitioning a little bit. But the point of that was that we wanted to make sure that everybody had something in their hand, right? So that when that day happens, when there is some sort of a strategic partnership, it's not just us seeing the benefits and reaping the benefits of that, right? And the thing that you have to understand is when you go this hard, I mean, I'll speak for myself. I have given Honey Pot everything. Do you understand? My blood, my sweat, my tears, right? My soul. I've given it everything. It has to be able to give it back. It has to be able to give it back. You can never take back all the travel, all the years of stress. When Sai and I lived on the road and was groveling to raise money, you can never take that time back. You can never take the time back of fighting to just help people understand what you're trying to do. We always knew that we had a huge brand. We always knew that, right? But that's just not the way that the world works. You just have to go with the flow. And for anybody that's listening, when you have a company and you want to say you're going to have to raise money, the other thing you have to consider is when you raise venture capital or private equity money, either you're going to have a strategic exit or you're going to IPO it. Because guess what? Somebody gives you some money, they want their money back.
That's right. You have to answer to somebody too now.
There's always somebody to answer to.
And I'm glad you said that, because I think people sometimes think you have a company, they see it being sold in Target, that means you're rich automatically.
No.
And it's not true. A lot of times you start a company, like you said, you don't get a check from it for so long. You're putting all your money into it. Whatever comes in, you're investing back into the business. Sometimes you have to pay people who are consulting for you or working for you because it's not their company, and everybody's not going to love it the way that you love it, because it's not theirs. And so
Right.
it's a difficult thing because it does take so long, and it's your sweat equity, but it's also everything I make, I put back into my business.
And it's crazy because you'll appreciate this because it's probably the same thing for you. Like for 2017, 18, 19, we were paying staff members more than us.
Right.
You don't pay yourself.
Mm-hmm.
You have to pay. Yeah.
You have to pay them market rate. And you're not profitable, and you're working towards profitability. So you have to be lean for yourself, but work 2 times as hard as them. They have to go home at 5. We don't.
Right.
So, yeah. So for us, just the personal attacks, and I can speak on that personally. It's tough because not only I see my sister, right, feeling the pain of that. But we have a small team, and we're all trying to fix and resolve all of these issues. So you're not just, attacking a brand. You're not just attacking my sis. You're attacking my moms.
Attacking the whole family. Of Honey Pot.
Did this affect sales?
They softened a little bit. And the thing is we had to make sure, I pray to all the gods that that it's temporary, and it will be, right? We're grateful. Things are getting back to normal. It makes sense that things softened a little bit, but that's just the way that it is. For weeks, we had to be all hands on deck on this, and so if that's the case, then you're not running your ads. You're not talking about other products. You're not doing the things that you have to do in order to run and operate, and so, but things are starting to get back to normal. Please, please, please support us, because we're doing really beautiful work. We're doing things the right way. We're doing things ethically. We're doing things with really beautiful intentions. We're on it. We're focused. We give this everything we have. We invest so much in the science behind our brand, understanding what it is, understanding how it works, understanding how humans are reacting to it. Like, we're in it, It's a real thing. And, and everybody here is committed. For us, this is a family. Nobody works for Simon and I. Everybody that works here works with us. We're really grateful. This is a team of human beings, souls, right? And it's so important to understand that. Desi's here. Desi is essentially the head of our social media team, right? She, between her and our customer service team and different people throughout the team, we're working like probably 20, 16, 17-hour shifts, just trying to, calm the, just communicate and make sure that we're giving, that we're there, so it just understand that when the next time you go to, and I'm just gonna say this, the next time you go to try to cancel a brand, try to conceive of the fact that you're dealing with years and years and years of work, that there are human beings that have to read these terrible messages, right? And it's cool if you want to speak and if you feel hurt. I understand that, or if you feel betrayed, or if you feel like you weren't communicated to. I completely understand. But there is a way to do that with grace, right? Because it's not good for a person to read some of the terrible things that people have had to say. I could not read it.
Right.
I could not do it. I felt the energy. That was enough for me. Right? But people have to read these things. People work to make everything that we do show up. And so we have to do better as a human race to not try to tear people down and brands down, because of, you know what I'm saying?
Especially based off of lies.
Especially based off of lies. And I know that this is just the way things are.
That's also what's hard about being the face of your own brand at times.
Yeah, it is.
When things are positive, great, but then when things like this happen and they're personally attacking you, it makes it really difficult as well for people to affiliate you so closely with your brand that you're proud of, that you work so hard at, but then people are coming for you.
Yeah, I mean, I think that's just the nature of it,
Desi, how many times did you have to delete what you started writing in response to
and then she's petty.
They
so.
all had to call and like talk me off the ledge. They're like, don't say it.
Because I know
Don't say
sometimes
it.
you see things and you be like, first of all, bitch.
I like set up a little fake account and I was like, they could still find it. It's not.
Don't do it. Don't do it.
Yeah, and the problem with that is the person who made the original TikTok isn't going to apologize.
Oh, it's still up. Like she
Wow.
knows fully well what she's spreading is misinformation, and she's still gonna keep that content up. She's going viral.
She got a lot of views and a lot,
There's people running ads off of this. Other businesses who are running ads off of this. There's tons of creators, chemists, everyone who is just spreading more misinformation because they can go viral off of it.
Is she black?
Yes.
Wow. See, we do it to ourselves.
And I feel like you guys were so early with the natural ingredients and the plant-derived ingredients, because then I saw a lot of other companies emulating that afterwards. Mm-hmm. You know,
And that's what's crazy, right? Like, this woman will go out of her way to make y'all get canceled. Y'all sales go down. A white company will come, start selling the same type of products, the same plant-based everything, and people will support that with no problem.
Yeah.
Like, black people would support it with no problem.
And the crazy thing is they did it to protect black women. That was a lot of the messages we were getting of like, I want to protect the black community, so I'm going to come after you.
You're black women.
We are black women. like to have someone like cuss me out like that
God.
and be like, you don't appreciate black women? What's going on?
Yeah.
What are some things you would say that from this whole experience that you've learned? Because with everything that happens that's a challenge to us, we also learn things from it.
Yeah, I mean, you know, I think I've just learned to. I didn't know that this would kind of take me out the way that it did.
Right.
You know, to be honest. But just that energy is a real thing, and just to kind of double down. This is what I personally learned from it. To double down on taking care of myself. Mm-hmm. And then, you know, look, the whole source of this is because Honey Pot is a beloved brand.
Mm-hmm.
And so it's really important to remember that throughout, you know, if you can just kind of come outside of it and look in, it's all of this happened because we have a human customer who loves us, who's dedicated to us, and who's invested in us. And when there's love and dedication and investment, if things change, that can feel like a you know, it can feel like a betrayal, you know, because we've been conditioned a certain way, and sometimes it is a betrayal. I'm not going to say that it's not. Mm-hmm. You know, but, you know, so making sure that whenever we do what we do, that we are cognizant that we are talking to humans who love us, who support us, who are connected to us, you know, and who are invested in us. It was the black community that made Honey Pot what it is. Right? Like no way around that. Right? And, you know, and so I am forever grateful to those humans, you know, who invested in our brand. I mean, we would be at trade shows over the weekend and people would come one day and then they come back the next day and then they buy like 3 or 4 products and they come back the next day and they bring their friends and their family, right? And we don't necessarily do as many festivals and events now because of, you know, obviously with COVID, but it's still a similar thing, right? Like, you know, social media has allowed for there to be lots of people consuming whatever it is that you're putting out, right? And so I think that, you know, it helps us to be more conscious and aware of our audience and our, you know, and it helps us to be a partner to them in the way that they are a partner to us. It wasn't that I didn't know that we were that loved. You know, I guess I just didn't expect it to go that way. Right. But that's the problem, is that you shouldn't have expectations in a relationship. Things are what they are, right?
Yeah, backlash sucks, though. I call it backlash because when you're a black person, black-owned company, and you know the struggles you've had to go through as a black entrepreneur and how hard you fight for us, and now you're getting backlash from your own people about not being black enough or selling out. Oh, my God.
Yeah, it's hard. It's hard, and I understand, right? What we have to be dedicated and committed to is having the conversation around what gets us there in the first place, and what are we prepared to do as a community, as a human race, to get through whatever this trauma and PTSD has caused for us to be here in this situation where we hold other Black founders to to this really crazy high standard, that we may not necessarily hold others to.
Right.
What is it that has happened that has gotten us there? And I think that if we could just understand that, then maybe we can be having a different conversation, because it sucks, but there is reasons why that is a thing. Mm-hmm. Like we can't deny that. We can't discount that, right? And so I don't want to, I haven't necessarily done a best job at not having a lack mind, just because I've just been dealing and processing through my own emotions and feelings and stuff. But I think that we have to switch the conversation, and it can't come from a place of lack. It has to come from a place of abundance. It has to come from a place of empathy. It has to come from a place of love. Because even though though multiple videos were created and people are using them as ads and people are jumping on bandwagons that aren't true, right? Everybody's just trying to survive, man. Right. Everybody's just trying to take care of themselves. And there is a part of that in this. And I get it, right? I know it's not real. Mm-hmm. And hopefully the people that truly support Honey Pot know that it's not real, and also see that we are doubling down on education, on on everything that we already do. All these things are already brand tenets of our brand, but I also get it. Live your life. If you feel like you got to do all that, what can I do? We can't control that. Do your thing.
And I saw when you posted the whole explanation, right? Mm-hmm. And I felt like I was watching it and I could see that it was painful for you to even be in this space. But I feel like people did not go back and refer to that. They just kind of like ran with it, because you went there, you sat down, you even wrote it out because you were like, I do not want to mess this up or say anything wrong. And you wanted to make sure people understood everything that was going on. But it just feels like people never pick that up the way that they pick up the... People pick up
what they want, sister. Mm-hmm. They just do. Some people don't want to understand.
That's right.
Some people, their agenda was not understanding. Their agenda came from a different place. And, if you want to understand, then we've got something for you, right? We have the education. We have the chemists. We have the clinical trials. We've got the stuff.
Right.
That's not even a question. So, but some people, that's not really what they want. And we cannot serve those people, right? We just can't. And and if you want to live in that space, then so be it, right? Like, I'm not in control of that. None of us are, right? Every human in this room right now are beautiful humans, but we all got people who don't like us, right, who would want to bring us down and all the things, right? So it's going to be all right. If you're the person that's investing in ads and doing all the things and spreading misinformation, if you need that to get you where you going, do that shit. Live your life, right? And for everybody else who's positive, who understands, who has empathy with us, just the way that we have empathy with them, then we can transact together. We can love each other. We can continue this relationship. And if there was any misstep, or if there's any trust that we have to build back, we're here for that, because we're committed. This is not a race. This is a marathon. This shit takes time. It takes effort. It takes energy. It takes blood, sweat, tears. It takes all the shit. And understand that I am in it in a way that, I'm in there like fucking swimwear. Like I'm in it. We're in it. This team is in it. We care. We love. We do this because it's real. right? We don't do this because we're just trying to make money. The money is just a bystander, right? We do this because we love humanity and because we want to help humans think about their vaginas and experience their vaginas and their traumas around it and the way that the world has taught us about vaginas. We want to be able to change that, and we have, right? So, that's our work.
Let's talk about the future. What's next for the Honey Pot? What are some products that we should be looking out for?
You need some stuff for men. Do you have some
And
things?
it's in the pipeline actually in the future. Yeah. And honestly, I don't know about the humans with vaginas that they may not want to share their product if their partner is a man. But but we just launched a new anti-itch line.
There you go. I was thinking that.
Yep.
Because it's getting hot out. Guys get the bat wings of their balls and stuck to their thighs.
That's for guys? The anti-itch line?
No. It's
It'll work. I mean, it'll work.
But it works. But we just launched an anti-itch line. It comes in a cream, a spray, a wipe, and then we have an anti-itch wash. But the spray, the cream, and the wipe are actually OTC, right? So they actually have pharmaceuticals in them. One, the cream has hydrocortisone. The other ones have pramoxine. But then the inactive ingredients are really beautiful, botanical, plant-derived ingredients.
Is that good for if you shave and then
It's good if you shave and you get itchy.
Yeah.
It's good if you've got a gnarly yeast infection and you are and you just are so itchy. If you have vaginitis, which it can cause itchy and burning and inflamed skin. We launched some really beautiful lubricants. We actually, within the past year. The other thing that we just launched this year, which is at Target, is our supplement line. So we have one called Yeast Balance. So that's for the person who has reoccurring yeast infections. This has beautiful ingredients like garlic and powder arco, which is kind of going to help. So we have our external products that you can use, but then if you're taking this by mouth, then it's kind of working from the inside out and helps you to be proactive. We have a probiotic that you can actually partner with that has a patented technology so it can make it past your gut. And then we just launched a product for a cranberry supplement as well.
Okay.
Which is really great for helping with UTIs, and we can actually say that now. We just found out because one of the ingredients is called Pat Cran, but it has D-mannose and cranberry. It's beautiful. So we've got a lot of really cool stuff. We just launched a bergamot rose wash, wipe, and spray that's gorgeous. It smells like heaven, and the foam is really soft and beautiful. So we're continuing to just do our work, keep our head down, and just continuing to focus on our brand and how we want to continue to serve.
And Desi's looking
humans.
like, please say the website. So
Yes.
they can go order those
And
products.
and the website is thehoneypot.co.
Yes, .co. Instagram is the Honey Pot Co.
Yes, Twitter.
Twitter, the Honey Comp, COMP at the end.
TikTok.
TikTok, the Honey Pot Co.
And we should all be traveling with these wipes so that when you go to the bathroom, it's really good to just make sure
Clean up.
throughout the day you just, do a nice little quick swipe so that you're always fresh.
Quick swipe.
summer.
Yeah.
Exactly.
No, all my wife and my daughter's feminine products are Honey Pot.
Yeah.
Like, they swear by it.
Can I send you a box?
They would
Charlamagne?
love
Can I
that.
send
You'd
you
make
a
me the
box?
man in the
Please,
house.
yes, we support it all the time. My
Yes,
pads, it started off
absolutely.
with the pads, with the Honey Pot pads. And
Yeah.
I think it's important. We care about our vaginas so much.
We do. Our vaginas and our vulvas are our friends, man.
The Honey Pot is still black owned.
Yes.
That's the biggest takeaway from
Yes.
this whole conversation.
And
We
the
absolutely
ingredients are still plant derived.
Yes, they are. Yes,
Okay.
they are. And yeah, they're
Well,
still
thank you for
beautiful.
coming to
Thank
clear it
you.
up. I really am glad. We reported on the story. We played what you said on Instagram
You
and everything.
did?
Absolutely.
Oh, that was was so nice. Thank you, guys.
We had a whole discussion about supply chain and issues that we've been having. Even like with my pressed juices, I wasn't able to make any for so long, so I completely understand how difficult it's been. So we appreciate you for coming here. I know it was I saw you like haven't posted since then. I'm like, she must have hopped right back off Instagram and social media.
You got to
do that.
You got to stay vibrating on a high level.
Yeah.
Cause you better than me, because I'll be like, man, fuck out of here. Y'all ain't never opened up a lemonade stand. Y'all don't understand business. Period.
You're not coming for my vagina.
You know what I'm saying? Shut up, Heath.
I mean, that's the stuff
I
we
didn't
want to
mean
say.
you.
But you know, it's crazy. It's like 3% of every product. Like the average is 3% comes from China. So even if you make denim jeans, the zips come from China. If you make your juices are natural and they're from the States, but the labeling, the packaging comes from China. So it's just so crazy how that one country just has its strong arms
hands, man. Yeah.
on everything that we touch and see.
Absolutely. Well, Desiree, Simon, Beatrice, appreciate y'all. We will keep supporting the Honey Pot.
Thank you.
Can't wait for these men's products to hit.
Yeah.
They need them because some guys don't know how to, especially if you're not circumcised and the schmegma.
Jesus Christ. All right, G.
No, I mean,
My God.
it's a thing. It's a thing.
You can use the feminine wipes on your schmegma.
Yeah.
Okay.
You can. I love the word.
I'm circumcised, Simon. I don't know why she's even looking over here. I am circumcised, okay? It's the Honey
Like, just in case everybody needs to know.
In case you need to know.
It's the Honey Pot. It's the Breakfast Club.